Hello students, I am Dr. Josna Gawas, Assistant Professor in Botany at Government College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Sankli, Goa. Today I will be talking about Program Bachelor of Science for first year, Subject Botany, Semester 2, Course Code BOC 102, Course Title Biodiversity 2 Vascular Plants. Title of the unit is Identification. Name of the module Functions of Herbarium and Important Herbaria. Outline. Brief introduction about the herbarium. Process of herbarium preparation. Importance of herbarium and important herbaria. Learning outcomes. Person who observes this module will be able to define a herbarium, explain how to process a plant specimen for herbarium, discuss the importance of herbarium, and list important herbaria in India as well as across the world. The process of identification or determination is recognizing an unknown specimen with an already known taxon and assigning a correct rank and position in an extant classification. How do you identify a specimen? We can consult a herbarium, we can look out for literature, or we can ask an expert for the identification of an unknown specimen. A herbarium specimen is a dried plant specimen mounted on a paper. The place where preserved plants are stored, catalogued, and arranged systematically according to a system of classification is called as a herbarium, plural herbaria. It also refers to the institution where dried plant specimens are stored and maintained. The word herbarium was originally used to refer to a book about medicinal plants. It was Luca Ghini, an Italian physician and a botanist, was the first person to mount dried plants on paper, which he called as Hortus siccus or Hortus himalis. But it was Joseph Piton de Tonfort, a French physician and botanist, who applied the term herbarium to a collection of dried and pressed plants. These are the steps which you have to follow while preparing a specimen for herbarium. This includes collection of the plant material, chemical treatment, pressing of the specimen, drying followed by mounting, labeling, and finally deposition of the specimen in a herbarium. The first step of herbarium preparation starts with the collection of plant material. Things you have to carry while going to the field for collection includes field notebook, objectives or a hand lens, a plant press, a vasculum, bags, tags, writing material, cutting and digging material, blotters or old newspapers, a GPS machine, specimen bottles or vials, preservatives. You can use FAA, which is prepared by using formalin, acetic acid and alcohol, or formalin or 50% of alcohol. Apart from this, you also require a preservative, which is commonly being used is mercury chloride, and a camera to photograph the specimen in the field. How many individuals of a plant species to collect? Ideally, the number is 5 to 6. Why? Some of the specimens collected during the process of preservation get damaged, so it is required to collect sufficient number of individuals of a specimen. What kind of specimen should we collect? Select a specimen in good condition. The specimen should be complete with mature parts, showing range of variations within the population. If the plant is a herb, collect the entire specimen with roots. If it is a shrub or a tree, collect twigs both in flowering as well as in fruiting stage. Extra flowers and fruits are to be collected from the locality for dissection purpose. Field notes are to be written onto the field notebook, and this includes characters that will be lost in the specimen after processing, the date of collection, the collection number which is given to the specimen, the place of collection, altitude of the area, the habitat in which the plant is growing, a brief description, and to certain extent the plants which live in association with the collected specimen. Photographs of the plant and its parts are to be taken for further reference, and the individual specimen collected has to be assigned a collection number. After collection, the next step in herbarium preparation is poisoning. The specimens are poisoned immediately after collection. Poisoning kills the plant and thereby the formation of abscission layer is prevented. It also kills the microorganisms present on the specimen. For poisoning, saturated solution of mercury chloride prepared using ethyl alcohol is used. This solution is poured in a plastic tray. The specimens are dipped in the solution and later kept for drying. LPCP is used in some herbaria as substitute for mercury chloride. Recently, formalin method has been adopted for poisoning. For this, the specimens are spread out in papers and bundled up. Each bundle is then placed in a large polythene bag. Formalin mixture comprising of ethyl alcohol and formaldehyde is poured over the bundles and the bundles are tied. The next step in herbarium preparation is pressing. Pressing of herbarium specimens is done in field press. Specimens up to 38 cm long are directly placed. Specimens up to 38 centimeters long are directly pressed without any bending. The same can be seen in the image which is mounted. Whereas specimens longer than 38 centimeters can be folded either in the form of V, inverted V, N or W form. This specimen, the specimen is folded in the form of V. In the second herbarium sheet, the specimen is folded in the form of inverted V, and the third specimen is folded in the form of N. Arrange the plant parts carefully with a minimum of overlap while pressing. Open up some flowers to show the internal structures of the flower. Turn over some leaves or part of a single large leaf to show the underside, and place dry loose seeds of fruits in fragment or sealed packets. Certain groups like aquatic plants, algae, fungi, conifers, and aroids require special treatment for processing. Aquatic plants and algae are collected. These are floated on a sheet of paper in water. Position the specimen on the paper and hold it in place. Slowly lift the paper and specimen with water. After this, the specimen attaches to the wet paper. Cover the specimen with newspaper or absorbent paper and keep the specimen for drying. For fungi, the fungus is collected and dried rapidly in paper bags or cardboard boxes. Macrofungal collections includes one specimen which is cut in half longitudinally and a spore print. A spore print is produced by placing the fungal cap, that is pileus, gill side down on paper, and it is left overnight. The spores will be released and can be used for identification process. Conifers. Coniferous plants are initially boiled in water for few minutes and then processed for herbaria using the normal herbarium technique. Succulents and cacti, these are fleshy plants. The flesh which is present within the plant material is scooped out and then processed for herbaria, whereas aroids, these are directly preserved in ethyl alcohol. The next step in herbarium preparation is drying. Drying of herbarium specimen can be done using natural air or we can use artificial heat. First, natural drying. Natural drying is a slow process and takes up to 1 month for complete drying. The process depends on the type of specimen to be processed and the climate prevailing at the time of preparing the herbarium specimen. Freshly collected plants are pressed in between blotters in a plant press for 24 hours. During this period, plants lose maximum amount of water, and this period is called as sweating period. After 24 hours, specimens are transferred in fresh. After 24 hours, specimens are transferred in fresh blotters, rearranged and pressed again. Blotters are changed every day for few days. Later, interval of changing blotters is increased. Artificial drying is a fast process and it makes use of artificial heat for drying. It takes about 12 hours to 2 days. After initial sweating period in the field press, specimens are transferred in a drying press which has corrugated sheets, and then the specimens along with the corrugated sheets are dried in a dryer. There are certain limitations for artificial drying method because it makes the specimens brittle. Parts of the plant are lost during the process of drying and the color of the plant also changes. After drying, the specimens are mounted on herbarium sheets which are approximately 43 into 29 centimeters, and the herbarium sheets are made up of handmade paper. Mounting is done by using either adhesive strips, paste, glue, or you can also stitch the specimen to the herbarium sheet. Detach plant parts and extra flowers of fruits or seeds collected during the collection of plant material are placed in fragment packets, which will be later stuck onto the herbarium sheet. After mounting the specimen onto the herbarium sheet, the specimens are stacked overnight. Once the specimen is mounted onto the herbarium sheet, a label is given to the herbarium sheet. The label consists of name of the institution or herbarium, collection number assigned to the specimen during the time of collection, date of collection, the binomial of the specimen, family to which it belongs to, place of collection, habitat, altitude, brief notes about the specimen, the collector's name, and the identifier's name. Apart from the label, onto the herbarium sheet, you will find a slip. This slip is called as a annotation slip or a determinant slip. What happens is sometimes a herbarium specimen are re-identified once the original label is pasted onto the herbarium sheet. These re-identifications are noted on a piece of paper, which we call it as annotation or determinant slip. Annotation slip contains the name of the taxon, investigator's name, and the date of identification of the specimen by the investigator who correctly identifies the specimen. Fragment packets are also mounted onto the herbarium sheet, which includes fragment packets are also mounted onto the herbarium sheet to hold material that cannot be mounted or to include detached plant parts as well as extra plant parts collected. Fragment packets are made of either paper or plastic. Once the specimen is dried, mounted, and labeled, these are deposited into the herbarium. Mounted, labeled, and treated specimens are incorporated in a herbarium. When identified correctly, specimens are placed in thin paper folders, which are called as species folder. Each species, along with the closely allied species, are kept together in thick paper folder called the genus folder. In small herbaria, specimens are arranged alphabetically. Larger herbaria use a system of classification, and the type material or type specimens are arranged separately within the herbarium. Specimens once incorporated into the herbarium or during the type of specimens once incorporated into the herbarium or during the time of incorporation are to be treated for pest control. Treating the incoming specimens with artificial heat at 60 degrees centigrade keeps a check on the incoming pest. Chemicals such as cyanide gas, PDB, DDT, or salts of mercury and arsenic are used for keeping a check on pest in the herbarium. Apart from that, a widely method employed to keep a check on the pest in the herbarium is fumigation method, wherein you use volatile vapors for killing the pests which are present in the herbarium. What is the significance of a herbarium? or a herbarium specimen. Herbarium serves as a repository of plant specimens. It serves as a secure repository for type material. It confirms the identity of a plant. Herbarium specimens help to determine if a species is new to science. Provides geographical data of species. Data for compilation of floras, revisions, and monographs can be obtained from a herbarium. Herbariums provide material on loan for research, provide data on phenology of a specimen. Herbariums also provide materials for taxonomic, anatomical, palynological, chemical, and molecular studies. They help in documenting morphological variations in individuals of a species. Herbariums also serves as repository for voucher specimens and provide information on common names and local uses of plants. They also serve as a means of locating rare specimens based on the information provided on the label, provide a platform for botanical interactions, and herbariums provides training in herbarium techniques to the public. Index Herbariorum. Index Herbariorum is a global directory of herbaria and their associated staff across the world. It is an online index that allows rapid access to data of all the known herbaria across the world. The index was originally published by International Association of Plant Taxonomy, but it was later taken over by New York Botanical Garden. Index Herbariorum provides the supporting institution's name, location, herbarium's code, along with the contact details and the important holdings of each herbarium collection. The slide includes some of the important herbaria across the world with the name of the institution or the herbarium, the code, and the location. Virtual herbarium. Digitalized form of a herbarium is called as a virtual herbarium. It has digital images of the herbarium specimens housed in a herbarium. The aim of a virtual herbarium is to make the specimens available electronically to the users across the world without actually consulting a herbarium. Examples include the Herbarium of Royal Botanical Garden, that is Kew Herbarium, Herbarium of Linnean Society of London, and New York Botanical Garden Herbarium. These are the list of references that I have used to prepare the module. These are the web references which are used in compilation of this module.